Hey, you guys. How are you? Thanks for all your love and support. Yeah. Um, I can't believe I'm getting close to 5,000. You guys have been watching. It's just been so weird the last couple months. I've just been stuck. I think we're going to finally break free. Welcome, all new subscribers. I'm so glad you're here. You're like allowed to find me now, it seems. So, anyway, I've been thinking tonight because, I'm always thinking. And what I was thinking about is the fact that what the heck was this business about? Oh, we don't have the votes for witnesses. But then it was like, that reading that I just did, I'm like, it kind of seems like they do, and they're just using this as a function to, number one, gaslight us, mess with the public, get our hopes up. I mean, I don't know if you saw all of the protests going on at the Capitol building. I mean, it was just everything all over again, like the ACA and protests and people swarming, the Capitol building, all these areas, because they want to get those votes for witnesses. But you knew it wasn't going to happen. This is the same with Kavanaugh, same with the ACA, whatever else they've done. And they do it for several reasons, I think. Number one, to be jerks, because they don't know what else to do. And most importantly, they want to get our attention and occupy us with something else so we are not looking at either the thing they know is breaking and coming or the thing that they're working on behind the scenes. And so thinking in those terms tonight, I'm like, what was going on? Here at Squeaky Stool. I'm like, what was going on, that we're not allowed to see? Because they're definitely working hard on something, and they're not that upset. They know that their game plan is just to get this over with as soon as possible and have him acquitted, so that they can just say he was acquitted, there was no evidence, there was no witnesses, and turn that whole thing back on the Democrats, that they wouldn't allow them to have witnesses, blah, 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 blah. Because I think, because their backs are so against the wall, that just buying time helps them more than anything else, because they can always spin things between now and then. Always, always, always. This is how they operate. And so this is what I think is so I, was tonight trying to research, trying to find things. I was going to various sites. I was going to news agencies like in Asia, in the UK, in Canada. And then I finally got something that I'm like, well, what? What's going on? What's this here? And I think this is why we don't hear anything about WikiLeaks anymore, or Julian Assange. I mean, so when was the last time you ever heard about that, right? Now, I don't know if you recall, but in 2017, the news broke that there was a massive trove of documents that were stolen from the CIA and our Department of Defense. And I don't know if at the time they said it went to WikiLeaks, but it was called Vault 7. There's also a Vault 8. Well, that involves a guy named Joshua Schulte. I think at the time he was 31, charged with, taking documents and sending them to WikiLeaks, to Julian Assange. And he had a really, really high security clearance. He was on the level of where he was able to use the CIA, their servers, and he was able to break in somehow with his clearance and get a lot of information. And then he was able to log out all of his colleagues, so they couldn't get back in to see what wasn't there. Well, after it was discovered that he did this, he lost his clearance. And so I don't know if he's been arrested and in jail, but he's gone through several lawyers. It's really scary, the stuff that he did with our information. I think he started in 2013, maybe, with some, taking things and releasing them to WikiLeaks, which, as Mike Pompeo admitted, they are an agent of Russia. If you go, there's websites where you can look up the DNS servers and their locations. WikiLeaks, their servers are located in Moscow. They go between Moscow and then somewhere in the Netherlands. Like, they go back and forth, like, along this border. So they're constantly moving the servers around. So WikiLeaks is part of a hostile foreign state, Russia, an actor on behalf of them. It is not a publication company. I mean, they might as well be calling themselves a platform like Zuckerberg. It's like, since when do we have all these alternate names to claim what they are? They're malicious. So this guy stole stuff. He stole things related in 2013, between 2007 and 2013. He stole things from the Department of Defense, got it to WikiLeaks, and now they're discovering in retrospect that information was weaponized as a psyops against our military who were overseas in war. This is big stuff, big stuff. So that was weaponized against our soldiers. Well, then this guy started getting interested with WikiLeaks and then contacting Julian Assange. And then his activity greatly started to change around 2015 and 2016. And he was instrumental in getting information to WikiLeaks. I'll see if I will try to insert these spreadsheets so you can see what was going on. And so there's a lot of people involved with this. This guy is extremely intelligent. He's a total ass. But he's had the courts tied up for 2 years since then, doing stuff like our Senate is in debating minutia and why this, why that, and splitting hairs and delaying. Just stupid. That's all he's been doing for 2 years. And it's to the point because they've exhausted every single measure, because that's what you have to do. You have to show you've exhausted every measure and that you've listened to the client. So his court case, it was supposed to start November 4th, 2019. Then it got postponed. I think it was supposed to start like January 12th. But then again, it got postponed. He got new defense lawyers, and the defense lawyers, this winter, I think this was part of one of the delays, then it got pushed back to January 21st, and now it's pushed back to February 3rd. And it sounds like they really are a go this time for February 3rd. It was supposed to start like a week ago. But one of the problems was that the Department of Justice was bearing the defense lawyers suddenly dropping like 4,000 to 8,000 documents overnight onto them. Now, you know what? That's interesting, because didn't just recently we hear during the House impeachment hearings that the Republicans were screaming about getting all these documents dumped on them overnight? That's what the Justice Department did to them. So when I looked through this, the timeline, the names coming up are Chelsea Manning, Julian Assange, WikiLeaks, Andy Mueller, Maghun, Maghun, came up. I think that was Roger Stone's protege, or the guy that was like running all of his errands that kept resisting. Like he would be subpoenaed to testify and he kept resisting, and he went and stayed in jail because he didn't want to testify. Same with Chelsea Manning, got her butt thrown back into jail, and I think she's been in jail since last spring because she refuses to testify. I think all this WikiLeaks stuff is coming out, that it's supposed to start soon, the trial, and mum's the word. What else did they just say? And you know, where's Roger Stone? We know he met Julian Assange. And then here we have Brittany Kaiser. When you look at this timeline with WikiLeaks, it also built in there the whole thing with Cozy Bear and the DNC servers getting hacked, and the timeline of how long it took for them to get in there. You know, they keep saying that it was phishing. I did hear about malware, but saying this thing, they infected the DNC servers with, I want to say, like 30 different types of malware. I mean, it's nuts, this operation. It goes back 10 years or so. So, in my opinion, I think this also is a big thing that's going to break, because the trial is supposed to start February 3rd. So I just made a list of all these people I've mentioned. Oh, and Reality Winner, we haven't heard much about her either. So I was like, you know what? I need to start adding these guys to my tarotscopes to see where they are. Well, look at who has their card of the reading. The Ace of Cups. This Ace of Cups mystery. You know what? I need to check in with Netanyahu. I bet that's why he was in Washington. I was wondering if Bibi Netanyahu was also in Washington. The same reason why Lavrov came to D.C. for this Ace of Cups things that was installed, or somehow they're all communicating with stuff. I wonder if this is what Netanyahu is doing. Because also remember the Saudis came when Donald assassinated Soleimani. I think this stuff is coming out. So Chelsea Manning, this was her card of the reading. It's her ascendant, the thing that's giving her life all month with this new moon eclipse. Okay. How does she identify herself? The first house. This is who she is. She's temperate. She is still blending information with Russia and not giving the full story. You know, I don't think she's totally cooperating yet, because her secret, Emperor Don Julio, her hidden enemy is the Empress Trump-Russia agreement. So that's her enemy. That's why she's choosing to stay in jail instead of, talk. Her hopes, wishes, friendships, revolutionary, visionary. She has the Three of Swords of betrayal. I'm not sure whose betrayal this is, but I find that peculiar. What's crowning her? The skies above the Republican Party. Lands far away. What are her concerns about? The 2016 election. In terms of shared resources, communications, back and forth. She was sharing valuable information. It's a shared plot that was taboo. In terms of we the people, partnerships, she is Putin. Look at this. In terms of the 6th house of military, public servants, here we have the death card, trying to end this investigation. The 5th house of the sun, trying to get to calmer waters. This isn't even represent like a person like a president or a leader. This is so whacked out. Do you have that in the 5th house of the sun? The 4th house of defense of the United States. How we're nurtured and protected. Data. Working hard. Just data. That's how she thinks well, yeah. When you're in a cyber war and an information war, this is absolutely true. Her 3rd house of communications. Nail in the coffin. Screaming in my head again. She's retreating from that. She's caught. Look at this. 2nd house of earned income and gains. She has the government. Stealing. That's her income, is through the government. This is so messed up. So, just a minute. Well, this is interesting. This is Josh Schulte. These cards are telling a bigger story. It's like there's these layers and layers of stories that we've all been picking up on, but I think this is the story in the background that's feeding all of them. His card of the reading, the Ascendant, what's giving him life? Well, the World card. Successfully ending what? No, he's at the end of the road. He's at the end of the road. He's been delaying for over a year. The trial's going to be starting, and it'll be starting in regards to the office of the President of the United States. So, Josh Schulte, who are you during this new moon cycle in Aquarius? He got caught. He's caught. He's caught. He can't do much. He's in trouble. His secret, Knight of Pentacles, he's a mercenary. He helped mercenaries against the United States of America. His secret enemy, his hidden enemy, that would be the 6 Wands mob. 11th house, hopes, wishes, the nostalgia card, the Republican Party. Oh. What's crowning him this month? The 9 of Wands, because those are his burdens. Look at this. 9th house, Putin's house. He's got the Trump dynasty there. Shared resources. Life, death, transfer. Look who shows up with the Ace of Cups, the shared resource from Lavrov. He acknowledges that this Ace of Cups is a shared resource. 7th house, we the people. The electorate, setting stuff up against you, stealing stuff from you. This could be voter suppression. I just see messing with voter rolls and a disinformation war, like driving people away. 6th house of military, public servants. They blend stuff from Russia. That's how he sees our public servants this week, as his trial is upcoming. 5th house of the sun as a person, and that would be SDNY and impeachment. So, second one in a row does not acknowledge that Donald or someone like that is in charge of America, running the country. Because usually if they don't have Donald there, they have Putin there, or they have the 6 Wands mob. Nope. Queen of Swords. The defense of the United States of America depends on money. Look at this 3rd house of communications. I think Donald got to him. I think Donald has been getting messages to Josh Schulte, because look, the 2nd house, income gain, his gains. He's had some gains, I guess, with probably the Justice Department. I mean, look at how much he's had his case delayed. And then the Department of Justice burying him. But, you know, it's nice that the lawyers in the Justice Department who are pursuing him, the USA, they're not giving up, even if they're going to have stuff dumped on him. So that's Josh Schulte. Just, oh my gosh. Oh my freaking gosh. Holy heck. So this is Josh Schulte's trial that's supposed to start, did I say like February 3rd? It was supposed to be January 12th. Card of the reading, the Ascendant. This trial has to begin because they're done with the BS and the delays. It's done. The trial sees itself. This is my Julian Assange card when he was holed up in the Ecuadorian embassy. This was him, and then what did he turn into when he was taken out of the embassy? He turned into a different card. I can't remember what that was. Yeah. The trial has to do with Julian Assange and the embassy. The trial. I asked the trial, what's your secret? The Ace of Cups. That's... I can't even speak. That's a secret. The hidden enemy is freaking Trump. Indicted. I mean... What's the wish that this trial? The devil, Putin, the deals that were made with the devil. This trial, what's crowning this trial is the Tower moment. This trial starts February 3rd, you guys. It is next week. The trial lands far away. Oh, look at, here's the cyber war, the disinformation, bludgeoning us, came from Russia. In the 8th house of shared resources, oh, bribes. This for that, data for that. Here's a bribe, here's some money, back and forth, back and forth. It's almost like I can hear like that modem sound screaming through my head as Bitcoin or crypto and massive troves of classified DOD intelligence is transmitted. 7th house, we the people. That Trump dynasty, I see these pentacles and I see data floating everywhere and in between all of us. All the data that they have on us. The 6th house of the military. Investigations, we have an angry Putin. That's asshole Putin. That's who he really is. But you know what? The Saudis were also involved with some of their surveillance. So you could say MBS, but this is more the angry Putin. The 5th house of the sun, our leader, the Justice Department. The trial regards the leader of our nation as the Justice Department. I mean, think about that. The defense of the United States, protecting home. We have the 9 of Pentacles, the oligarchs. I'm thinking also about Brittany Kaiser. Look at here, nail in the coffin again. I got to know what this is about because this is in the 3rd house of communications. Documents. Retreating. That just must mean that they have all the evidence and these guys are done. That's why it's the nail in the coffin. No, we don't need to look here anymore. The 2nd house of income, gains, values. The Magician is, holy hell, this is Kim Jong-un. Oh my gosh, they know. Hidden. You know what, some people have said, I've been hearing others just here and there, that maybe the trial doesn't end. Because it does seem kind of aimless and nebulous right now. Mitch did this one other time where he was just taking up space. You know, just trying to do stuff to just delay. And it wasn't necessarily bad, but he was buying time because something was going to drop. And that's what he had to do. I kind of feel like that's how this hearing is going. And I kind of feel like both the Republican parties, Like, the Democrats know what's going to happen with this Schulte case. And I just almost feel like the Republicans are just buying time right now because they want this other stuff to drop so it'll take them off the hook. So that, of course, they don't have to be accountable. They're going to be implicated in this stuff anyway. But it's a matter with timing. And where's Speaker Pelosi? I haven't seen her. Haven't seen MoFlo. But before I do this reading on Donald, I want to know, are the Republicans just buying time because of this Schulte case? Darn it. I mean, seriously, they obviously are not taking this seriously. And I think that's why Alan Dershowitz is just saying all this crazy ass stuff so that we're not paying attention to the background, the real stuff. So are the Republicans just trying to buy time? Are they just trying to buy time? Are they just trying to buy time? Yeah. They're just trying to, let's just get this over. Let's turn this over because I want to get out of here. Yeah, they're just, this impeachment thing, they're trying to, there you go. The 2016 election. What is this? Oh. They're trying to buy time because of this 2016 election and this big judgment that's happening, which is going to lead to what? More fighting. They need, what's the challenge with the challenges with all their agreements? What's the base of this? Speaker Pelosi. So are they, I just feel like they are. I don't need to ask the question. I just feel like they are. Yeah, 9 of Wands. They are burdened. Oh, Trump, Russia. This is not Bill Barr. This is the Mueller investigation. Hi, Facebook. Did you know? Oh, 10 of Wands. Totally burdened. Did you know that Facebook today, they were fined $500 million in Illinois today? Did that make the news? No. Because they illegally took data from accounts for facial recognition data or software, which is illegal in the state of Illinois. And they got caught, and they're paying $500 million, which is just like a penny compared to them. But they got in trouble for it. It was just easier for them to settle by paying that information, paying that out. I don't know who gets that money. But also that data's gone forever. I mean, the people in Illinois, Facebook accounts, yeah, they probably got facial recognition data pulled from them. Okay, let's ask Donald what he thinks about this Schulte trial.